Hey nerd, yeah, talking to you. This week we've got some great stuff in store for you. Looks like we have a release date finally for AMD's new X3D processors. So that's gonna be fun, we'll talk about that. And maybe some hints at new AM4 processors from AMD as well. They won't let that platform die. Also, ZOTAC may have done an oopsie and leaked the 5090. And guess what? Taiwan is going nuclear. I'm kidding, or am I? Am I kidding?
No.
Uh-oh, let's get into it and find out. My, would you look at that? We've got some official news on the Ryzen 9000X3D processors. Seriously, it's real this time. It's not just leaks and rumors and bullshit that Tanner's fed me that's definitely led us astray in the past. Well, I mean, these leaks and rumors were true because AMD has just announced that we're getting at least one Ryzen 9000X3D chip on November 7th. Now let's look at this article on Tom's Hardware for more. In Tom's Hardware we trust, isn't that right?
Praise Tom.
Praise Tom. AMD teases Ryzen 9000X3D chip coming November 7th and cuts pricing, jumping in front of the old Arrow Lake, it seems like. Good job, Tom's Hardware. Very funny stuff. AMD also announced that it's trimming the recommended customer pricing for the standard 9000 series via a holiday promo that started on October 20th. Can you believe that? What a nice promo. Isn't that nice? They're always looking out for your wallet, right, Tanner?
Yay!
The current gen Ryzen 7000 X3D processors are the unquestioned fastest gaming CPUs on the market, and it doesn't look like Intel's Arrow Lake, which launches this week, will change that. And we talked about this a little bit last week, but Intel's new lineup appears to offer not too much in the way of gaming performance improvements, if any at all. So this leaves the door wide open for AMD to continue dominating the gaming market with its X3D chips. AMD right now is seemingly the way. People are choosing that for the CPU architecture a lot. Now, AMD isn't divulging how many new Ryzen 9000 X3D models are coming to market or what they're gonna cost, but it does use the singular processor in the announcement. It's a coming, boys and girls. They're marking down prices, their little holiday promos and discounts. Tanner, what's NVIDIA doing for the holidays for gamers?
Nothing.
No, they've stopped making your cards. They've said, we're gonna take a nice, well-deserved holiday break. New AMD processors? Wait, hold on, 1 second. Lisa, the CEO of AMD? No, we're getting them? Wait till I tell them. Guys, go to metapcs.com because we're going to have the new AMD processors up on this site. So get yourself familiar with it. Don't skip this ad. No. MetaPCs.com, you can configure a system with AMD or Intel, desktop, laptop, doesn't matter, all the way down to the color of cables that we use on the graphics card. My goodness gracious, you want your own logo put on the case, we can do that as well. And if you don't have time to wait for a custom PC to be built, we have a ton of ready-to-ship systems that leave the next business day. And with financing available, wait, really? No way. Any credit type? Whoa! We just love you so much that we want to take care of you. I want to move into your house. Do you have an extra room for me and my friends to move in? Can I sleep in your bed? Go to metapcs.com. We're not creepy at all. Buy a new PC today. Here's a segue. Speaking of AMD, it seems like they're holding up on their promise of supporting the AM4 platform. Coming from leaks on Twitter and website listings from ASUS, AMD may be releasing the new Ryzen 5 5600T and 5600XT sometime in the near future. Are these something that I'm going to buy? What do you think, Tanner?
No.
You're right, I probably won't. But I'm more excited about the principle behind this than the actual product. AMD said that they would support AM4 until at least 2025 to keep providing options for customers that simply can't or won't switch to AM5 yet. This platform has lived for a long time. Pretty easy for people to get, little upgrades on their system.
Yeah.
You swap the processor out, you don't have to do the whole motherboard and swap the entire architecture. They know how to work the budget angles. They know how to give people good value. This article on Tom's Hardware goes more into the nitty-gritty of what these new AM4 processors have to offer. AM4 still stands strong after 8 years. You bet, baby. AM4 is gonna live forever at this point. Meet the Ryzen 5 5 5600T and the Ryzen 5 5600XT, adding to AMD's laudable lineup of over 145, oh my goodness gracious, 145 CPUs on AM4 over the past 9 years. Whoa, that's a lot of processors. The Ryzen 5 5600T has been cited over at Geekbench and features performance similar to its non-T counterpart. ASUS, surprisingly, has these CPUs listed over at its website, so AMD might launch these processors without prior announcement. This may not be for everybody, especially if you like to be on the cutting edge and you gotta have the newest and the greatest, but I do have to give AMD props. Great job on this, because I know that there's some kid out there with an AM4 PC that can upgrade to a new processor without having to completely replace everything inside of his computer. And for that, we thank you, AMD. For a brief second this weekend, it looked like ZOTAC may have made the ultimate oopsie and leaked the new 5090. This video shows someone slotting a GPU into the test bench, and the description of the video claims to be a 5090. This proceeded to blow up, and multiple news outlets and even YouTubers started reporting on the 5090 leak. ZOTAC has since come out and cleared things up that this is in fact not a 5090, guys. This is a 4070 Ti Super. A lot of people were convinced this was a 5090. We're foaming at the mouth. We want this card.
It's like Half-Life 3.
The 5090 is Half-Life 3, yes, absolutely. Oh, whoa! Whoa, that's a, oh, no, that can't be it. Oh, could it? Oh no, it's not a 50, that's not a 5090 at all. I've been fooled. Enhance. Whoa, no, I don't want to see that. Oh gosh. Oh, that is I can see why people would think that is a 5090 because it looks ungodly. That's a chonky boy. Okay, so this is the 4070 Ti Super Solid Snake Edition. And this actually would make perfect fodder for someone trying to spread a baseless rumor because of how this is set up. So the video that you see here, the card gets slotted in, boots up, everyone's clapping, right? And so how easy would it be to be like, it's a 5090, everyone's so excited, it's the new card, and so.
April Fools came 7 months early.
Gotcha. I would do that if I was ZOTAC. Well, this next report is concerning. Taiwan has nukes and they're ready to use them. I'm kidding. Taiwan is looking to start using nuclear energy to support the demands of AI and semiconductor production. Whew, thank God. I'm sure this won't have any long-lasting political ramifications whatsoever, but let's look into how this affects the PC world with this article from Tom's Hardware. Chip makers assured us that the current electricity production methods will be able to cope until 2030. Taiwanese premier signaled that future nuclear energy technology may be adopted to address the island's needs. Existing nuclear power facilities have been run down with no direct replacement plans, and only one reactor remains in operation as of 2024. There's even like Intel's trying to get in on it too, even like here in Arizona, right? There's a lot of investment into semiconductor on the state side. The public was convinced that the move away from nuclear power was a wise policy direction after the 2011 Fukushima incident in neighboring Japan caused such calamity. However, in a 2018 referendum, the public decided to abolish an amendment to the Electricity Act, which had put plans for a nuclear-free homeland into law. So Taiwan is saying, you know what? We need the help of nuclear. I say let's go nuclear energy. This is great. Remember the Unity show last year? Do you, Tanner?
Yeah.
Well, it's back, and it's very sorry for its bad behavior, okay? Last year, Unity, the game engine that a ton of indie game devs use, decided to make some utterly stupid decisions. The biggest being that developers would be charged a fee every single time their game was launched. After this announcement, the internet came down on Unity with a massive amount of backlash that resulted in the stock plummeting and the CEO being replaced. And I think most of it was actually Tanner led the charge on that.
Yeah.
Flash forward to a year later, and Unity is now trying to get back in the graces of gamers and game developers alike with the newest version of the engine being released, Unity 6. Hopefully this can be a change in the right direction and Unity continues to be a stable option for game devs. Black Ops 6 came out and people love it. They took out the riot shield, which is good. And people are really enjoying the game. We didn't film this on Tuesday. We definitely didn't film two options of this. Depending on public reception of the new Call of Duty game, this is all raw feedback from me playing hours of it this morning, and I loved it. Whoa, this is holy God, I love this game. And most people love it as well, according to public perception, which is why we're using this version of the clip in the video. Imagine not liking, sharing this video. Guys, this is the #1 leading cause of death for people like me. Do all the things that you're supposed to be doing on videos, or leave a comment. Just say, hey, I'm here. I just want to know that you're here. I want to know that I'm not alone. Is that too much to ask, Tanner? I'm done. This is the end of the video. Just do all the things and be good. Have a good week.